this year's definitely over for me now. Diagnosed with glandular fever in the spring and haven't trained since well before Christmas. So looking at the season, I've definitely missed too much of a chunk to come back and challenge for the World Cup or the World Championships this year. Yeah, it'll be the first World Champs I've missed since the start of my career. In fact, this break's been the biggest time away from the sport I've ever had while in rowing. So no, it's a pretty significant time of my life. But there's a lot going on at the moment. You've got to fill your time with something, and there's plenty on the cards at the moment to do that with. Yeah, there's definitely a question over here. I've seen athletes take time out and come back, so it's not off the cards, and my goal is definitely to get back training as soon as I can. You've got to be very careful with glandular fever. If you get back too early or push it a bit too hard, then it can come back and bite you in the ass. So now for me, I've got to be really careful, but looking forward, no, it's definitely not closed door, but I've got to be careful. Definitely, it's still, we're still early days. I'm still taking this disease, this problem, sort of week by week, month by month as it comes. But I kind of expect that if I'm not into a good shape by next Christmas, then my Rio chances are over. And I've had a pretty good run of things so far. I've had a great career. I've had some great support from the lottery, a couple of sponsors along the way. I've got 2 Olympic gold medals to my name. I've had an amazing ride, and everything into consideration, I'm in a much better position than most rowers in the world. I'm 35 years old. Most rowers will retire by the time they're like 26, well before 30. So I've got nothing to complain about. However, when you do commit, and I committed after London to say, okay, let's go and give it a try, double world champion in the process, I wasn't doing that just to stop before the line. And this is not easy sort of time. Definitely have dark days, but I can't be too downhearted. No, exactly. I first had glandular fever in the Olympic season before London. Took a month out before Christmas in that season. Luckily I was able to deal with it and get on top of it, but this is just a recurrence of that. And it's like you say, it can come back quite easily. It's a very sticky virus, and if you want to be the best trained athlete in the world, leading one of the best rowing teams in the world, then no holds barred, you've got to be giving 110%. And if glandular fever means I can't do that, then that's something I'll have to come to terms with and bow out gracefully. The dark days they're tough. It's very hard to get yourself out of a mindset when all you can sort of feel is the anger and frustration of the situation I'm in. It takes a lot of discipline. You need to rely on the people around you. I've got some, my family is very close, obviously. I've got some great neighbours who have been amazing, my parents, etc. And they help drag you out and sort of give you a quick slap across the face and get you back on an even keel. But it's very easy to dip down, and there's a couple of issues which certainly haven't helped, which kind of decisions rather than absolutes. So at the end of all this process, there will be some review, and there'll be some, there'll be a reason to make sure that this doesn't happen to someone else.